every Burnley player bar Paul McVeigh inside the penalty area, as referee Kettle just spots something on the edge of 6 yards. Where is he coming over now? He's going to have a word at Brian Jensen. I didn't see particularly anything, but I wasn't looking, is the honest answer. Dave Connolly is standing on his toes. Jensen is the best part of 3 or 4 inches taller than him anyway. Maybe now we can have this corner. Carlos Edwards swings it towards the edge of 6 yards, and it's a glancing header away that finds Danny Collins just outside the box on this near right hand side. Johnny Evans plays a 1-2 with him. Now it comes to Liam Miller, bit further back as he sends a diagonal ball towards roughly the penalty spot. Murphy might get a chance, right footed. Connolly, well, he's offside. It missed anyway. Everybody seemed to jump up as one there. The linesman's flag on this near left hand side was up like a shot. Jason Tyers on this near side. He missed the target, wouldn't have mattered, but a half chance perhaps.
Yeah, it was. As you say, the flag did go up, but everybody in front of us thought that went in, you know.
Here comes Sunderland now. It will be Anthony Stokes as he pushes it in front of him. Give it Carlos Edwards. Now he does. First the control, second hits Jensen's legs. And you just wonder whether Anthony Stokes held on for it for that little modicum too long before eventually releasing it to Carlos Edwards. One touch to control, and Jensen, the giant that he is between the sticks, made himself even bigger and blocked it with his legs.
Golden chance for Simon. Got to say, should have scored there. Credit to the keeper because he did well, but chance gone.
Carlos Edwards throws in. It's a looping header from Daryl Murphy. Looks disappointed in himself with it, in fact, and Jensen picks it back up again. I just noticed actually that Carlos Edwards, who's had his hair very tightly braided for the past couple of weeks, is loose and looking a bit more fluffy. I know that's not the word to use.
Afro-y,
that's
perhaps?
the word I was looking for. Couldn't find it.
I'll get you.
You know your haircuts, don't you?
I do indeed.
And very fluffy afro tonight anyway. Looks like something like the Hair Bear bunch, in fact. As forward comes Sunderland, left hand side, nice couple of 1-2s. Stokes gets to the edge of the area, was off balance all the way to 18 yards. Now Dave Connolly will grab the loose ball, left hand side by the corner flag. He's got Duff between him and a cross. He's got 2 players now as he still works it into the near post, and it's Daryl Murphy. No flag, goal Sunderland. Burnley stops and looks at Jason Tyers, the linesman on this near left hand side. It got worked in. It will be Daryl Murphy who's got the goal, his 8th of the season, and with just 13 and a half minutes on the clock, Sunderland get the breakthrough.
Yeah, there was a little suspicion of offside there, wasn't there? I think Daryl Murphy looked round just to make sure, but I did as well. I looked straight at the linesman.
I'm looking at the replay now, Gary, and he's definitely onside.
Yeah.
Definitely onside.
I looked straight away at the linesman. No flag, 1-0. That's the start we wanted. We've already had a chance that we've missed.
And it will be a red and white throw-in. In fact, he's going to come back a lot further than that. I thought he'd have gone out deeper towards the halfway line, but where Danny Simpson's taken this is not a million miles away from the edge of the area. He gets the return ball from Daryl Murphy, sends in a cross. Connolly goes to meet it again. Stumbled penalty. Oh. Wow, he went in to get it. Wayne Thomas came up to meet him as well, and the referee Trevor Kettle had no hesitation whatsoever than to point to the spot. Wayne Thomas penalised for a foul on Dave Connolly, and Sunderland get their 2nd penalty of the season.
Well, I've seen Stonewall is not given for Sunderland, and I think the Burnley will think it's a bit harsh, but we'll take that one. You're having a look on the replay.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced.
No, I'm not convinced, but
no.
It's a penalty. 19 and a half minutes gone, 1-0 up and a penalty. Couldn't wish for much better start than this.
Well, we went so long. As the referee going to bring out a yellow card here? He's certainly got his notepad out. I think it might even be Steve Caldwell who ends up in the referee's notepad. It was the Derby County game. We'll try and confirm if anybody did get booked in that for you. Producer Chris, I'm sure, has got his eyes on the monitors. But the most important statistic you need to know now is that David Connolly, in the last home game of the season, has got a penalty on 20 minutes to double Sunderland's advantage. From 12 yards, Jensen in front of him. Jensen doesn't do too badly and penalties. Just ask Wolves last season, he saved 2 against Wolves, and then a glutton in the penalty shootout in their League Cup game. Connolly against Jensen, right-footed, saved it again. I told you he had a great record in penalty shootouts, Brian Jensen. In penalties of any kind, he got down to his right-hand side. Connolly's wasn't the firmest as penalties, and he pushed it behind for a corner. Here is Daryl Murphy, nods it into space, the edge of the area, gets past Harley, tries the outside of his left boot, might find Carlos Edwards, has to drop pass back to the edge of the area with Liam Miller, who pushes it wide of the mark. But it was all ifs and buts as Sunderland tried to create the chance. Burnley flinging bodies left, right and centre at the ball. Eventually the clearest opportunity came to Liam Miller, still had a lot to do and couldn't quite find the target.
Yeah, he tried to pass it in there, didn't he, but it just went outside. But thought Murphy did well there. I think he read that situation very well, got in behind the Burnley back 4, got a shot in which Jensen could only parry, and from there Sunderland had another chance, but just went wide. We can't get that second goal, can we? Still 1-0 Sunderland.
Jamba has the ball now in the centre circle for Burnley. Pushed pass through, Wade Elliott inside the area, goes to the floor, and the referee has given a penalty. Well, Darren Ward went to the feet of Wade Elliott. Elliott stumbled to the floor. Darren Ward is urging the referee to go and have a conflagration with Keith Lawson, the linesman on the far side of the field. All eyes are at Lawson, but for some reason the referee doesn't want him involved. He's pointed to the penalty spot, and as the referee is concerned, as we just see a replay now, Elliott goes through, Ward gets a touch, and I'm not convinced he got any of the player, Gary.
Well, it's given us at the far end from us, but the bottom line is the penalty's been given. Darren Ward's still actually arguing, is he?
Well, he's trying to involve the linesman in here, the referee, and if they want us to call them assistant referees, then surely he should ask him to assist. He hasn't gone across to him. He's now trying to clear the penalty area. Now, at the other end, 18 minutes ago, Burnley had a penalty to defend. Dave Connolly missed it. Now Sunderland have a penalty to defend. It will be Andy Gray who can possibly get his 14th of the season against Darren Ward, still looking to keep the clean sheet. Former teammates, perhaps Andy Gray against Darren Ward will step up, right-footed, sends Ward the wrong way, tucks it into the corner. Wade has now Andy Gray goes over to antagonise the North Stand, celebrates in front of them. The Stadium of Light falls silent a little. Confirmation of the goal scorer, 1-1.
Yeah, it's been the tale of two penalties really, hasn't it, in this half in many ways. We got an early goal, then we got a penalty. Could have been 2-0, but it wasn't to be. And lo and behold, Burnley get one of their own, and it's 1-1. So, a few twists, and I told you, Simon, it's going to be a long night, this one. 39 minutes on the clock, and it's 1-1 now.
Well, Burnley back in the game then. Towards the edge of the box almost now, Anthony Stokes is going to fancy his chances, charged down by Stephen Caldwell, just on the edge of the penalty area, back in the centre circle. Sunderland start to turn the thumbscrew a little. The crowd try and lift them towards goal. Edwards sends in the cross. Connolly, handball apparently, says the linesman on the far side of that field, given in favour of Burnley. It was just a stooping control really from Dave Connolly, and Keith Lawson, the Lincolnshire official on that far side, had his flag up straight away.
Yeah, the North Stand didn't agree with it. As soon as the flag went up there, they weren't happy with that decision, but it was given. Free kick to Burnley.
Just looking at the Burnley fans, actually, they've bought 200, 250, 3 tops. They've not brought very many tonight. Sunderland have filled virtually all the other parts as Burnley try a long ball. What a goal from Burnley! It was about 25 yards out. They just pulled the trigger and fired it into the top right-hand corner. Darren Ward had absolutely no chance whatsoever as Wade Elliott continues his rich vein of form in front of goal. His 4th of the season, and Burnley take the lead.
Well, it was some strike, wasn't it, from way outside the box, and just flew into the top corner. But now we knew that. Said earlier on it was going to be a long night. It really is now. 2-1 down. The one good thing, if there is any good thing to take out, is there is a fair way to go in this second half.
That has put Burnley in the lead from a goal behind. The comeback kings on the telly. Can Sunderland equal things up? Here's Carlos Edwards. That must be a penalty. It is. Again, the referee points to the spot. Carlos Edwards went past Brian Jensen. The big Dane stretched out a hand and dropped him. And we will now see the 3rd penalty this evening at the Stadium of Light. Carlos Edwards tried to go past his man, went to the floor, and the referee, Trevor Kettle, had no hesitation once again of pointing to the spot. So the 3rd spot kick this evening. The first one was missed by David Connolly. The second one was converted by Andy Gray. 3rd time lucky for Sunderland. It's Connolly again. He could make amends. He could score his first goal in 8 games. It's 1-on-1, mano a mano. Connolly against Jensen. This time converts. Slams it down the middle. The relief is palpable around the Stadium of Light. From the ashes, and we almost mean that literally after the week we've had here in the Stadium of Light. We are all square again. Now this time, don't chuck it away. I'm not sure he knew exactly what to do with that then. Sunderland do. And it's to clear it to Grant Ledbetter. Infield slightly. Murphy, he's only got 1 man in support. He's got 4 men back in defence. He finds Carlos Edwards, the second in support. Long range effort. Oh my goodness me! That was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Carlos Edwards, about 80 yards out, maybe 100. He was on the banks of the Weir. He pulled the trigger. He nearly burst the net. I burst a blood vessel or 10. What a way to get back in the lead. Carlos Edwards, 5th of the season, and the best you will ever see. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. That said, that was brilliant.
Did you think it was a good one then?
Unbelievable. Number 7, Carlos Edwards.
I think I've wet me knickers.
It was like an Exocet missile, lad. It just flew in. My God, if there was no net there, it would be still travelling into the North Sea, I'm sure. It was absolutely fantastic shot. Terrific goal. We've seen him do it a few times now, but that was just absolute perfection.